Okay, this is sort of a continuation on the last video, which was about the finer points of this manifestation type teaching that I have been sharing basically in these videos throughout and throughout my blog as well. There are two books that I recommend. I forgot to bring the other one over, but one is Neil Goddard's The Power of Awareness, and actually three books. Neil Goddard's Power of Awareness, and then Wayne Dyer's, what's the name of it now? Well, now I don't remember the name of it all of a sudden. Well, it's his latest book, and he mentions Neil Goddard's title for that as well. And I don't remember the name. It just completely spaced out of my mind. Wishes Fulfilled, I think, is the name of the Wayne Dyer one. Those are two very good books to help you understand a little more about the mental process of this. And then this book is one that I recommend to everybody, everyone without exception. I only read it a couple of pages into it, and I didn't even get it for myself. I got it for a Christian man, the father of, I have two friends really, and they're both my best friend. I don't know how you can have two best friends, but I guess I have two best friends. I haven't seen him in a long time. I haven't seen my other best friend either in a long time, but his father was diagnosed with cancer, and he was put at home in hospice. And he is not, of course, being in hospice, can't take any more chemo as he got stronger. That's the last I heard. He might have gotten stronger since then. I've been working very hard in my mental and visualization processes to imagine a reality of him healed. But he's a Christian, and I brought this book to him, this Louise Hay book to him to help him, and he didn't want anything to do with it because it just didn't work with his belief system. He was ready to go if it was his time, and I respected that. I do not subscribe to the Christian religion, and I don't feel that praying and expecting things to happen does anything. It never did for me. But then again, if somebody really truly believes in God and prays from that perspective, remember that that belief energy, that vibration is pretty high, so it could work for them. Never did for me. Maybe I had too many doubts as a Christian. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, the Christian God is a tulpa, but it is a very powerful being, and it is probably able to do some pretty amazing things if you give it enough belief energy. I'm not willing to give my energy to any being whatsoever, so I don't go that route anymore. But that's a whole other subject, and we won't go into that. Anyway, this book is very good, and it'll help you with the emotional and physical. Not physical so much. I don't know, I haven't gotten far enough into it yet, but definitely the emotional. I mean, she has some exercises, and I guarantee you, just within the first maybe 20 pages, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, you're going to be doing exercises that are going to make you take a serious look at your life. And it's written by a lady who tells her story very frankly, that she was very badly abused. She's been through a marriage that she was basically, the husband asked for her for a divorce, and she just goes through all the things that have happened to her, and she also developed cancer in her body and fought it. And she's very frank about describing how she dealt with that. So there's not a better authority figure out there if you're somebody who has suffered from abuse or is suffering from cancer. She got you on both levels, and you can read this book from somebody who's gone through it and helped others get through it. Not only just gone through it herself, but helped others get through it. She practices what she teaches. And she's 84 years old right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if she found this video on YouTube and said something about it, because she's also apparently very technologically aware. So she's very active out there. She's another person, I would probably rate her up there with Thich Nhat Hanh. She's another person that's just not letting age do anything. I mean, not letting age be a barrier. Just going beyond it and doing her thing to help people. And so I really admire her as a teacher, and I recommend her book. And it's helping me. I wouldn't recommend it if it didn't help me and didn't work for me. So anyhow, the finer aspects, the emotional part of it. One of the things that she constantly, again referring to Louise Hay and her book here, one of the things she's constantly telling you to do is to look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love and accept you as I am. Or you could also do both. I do both. I love and accept you as you are, and I love and accept myself as I am. Talk about it in both ways. There's something about the different personage, talking about different person voices. One's more effective than the other or something. I don't know. I just do it both ways to cover all bases. And I do that, and I tell myself other things in the mirror too, like if I'm feeling stressed or angry, tell myself I am at peace. I always use I am followed by the rest of it. Now she doesn't talk a lot about the whole I am thing in here and the power behind that, but there's a lot of power behind those two words. And mixing that I am power and the manifestation stuff with what she teaches is just a very potent and very powerful mixture. Well, I haven't encountered a lot of the I am stuff in here, but I bet it's in here because she wouldn't miss that. Maybe I didn't notice it or something. She probably has talked about it or says something later. I'm only like a chapter or two in. I'm not that far in yet. It takes me a while to work through it because I start doing one of the exercises and I'm doing it for 2 or 3 hours, and I'm doing it at night before I go to bed, and then I don't get no sleep. So anyway, moving on. That's one of the things, is learning to love and accept yourself as you are, to forgive yourself, to forgive others, to release, to let go. This is part of how you deal with the emotional aspect of an illness that is manifested in your body physically. This is part of what you have to do. Until you love and accept yourself, you can't love and accept others very well. And you're not going to be able to heal yourself very effectively, if at all. You have to love and accept yourself first. You have to forgive yourself. You cannot be ashamed. You cannot be guilty. You have to let go of all of these negative and what I would call low vibration, remember the battery, which I could probably pull out, but I'm not going to spend the time. You don't want to be down here in your emotional state. You want to be up here. Love yourself, love others, and operate from a higher emotional vantage point. That's also working with your mental processes, and that is all together with your physical treatments is how you deal with something that you want to heal that's in your body. And I had something else I wanted to say and I forgot it. So I think that pretty much covers it. I just wanted to make sure that that key wasn't forgotten on how to handle the emotional part of it. If I remember anything else, I'll put another video part up. See you later.